Hot diggity damn is Draped in Gold, episode 200. That's right. I don't know why we haven't been canceled. I'm just kidding. Been canceled 3 or 4 times. What's going on? It's your boy Flobo Boyce. Jack Farmer's on assignment doing Jack Farmer type things, but we went out and got some pieces who are better than Jack Farmer. You can tell him I said that, clip it out, and tag him. Please welcome my special guest on the weekend. First, this man is known as a Councilman. I've asked him many times, and every time I got different answers. Welcome to the show. What's going on, homie?
Man, hey, have no fear, man. Your councilman is here, and I am just honored to be on Draped in Gold's 200th episode, man. This is an honor right here, bro. I appreciate you having me as a guest.
Man, it's an honor. I brought 9 of my fingers to the whole thing, too. Not to be outdone, the man has been on Draped in Gold a couple times himself. Please welcome Cedric Says. What's up, man? And you muted.
I am muted. Oh,
he's
man.
back. He's back.
Man. Bearing the lead here. I'm happy to be here. This is an honor. 200 episodes, and I've seen, I think from this from the beginning come to fruition. This is great.
Yeah, man. From the NXT UK days and all those jazzes, man. It's been like actual 5 calendar years of the pandemic. And well, thank you for bringing this back so many different times. It used to be a Thursday morning show or a Wednesday night show. You can watch this on that podcast service of choice. 5 stars, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. You know, we get into it a certain kind of way. But let's get right into it. Seth, I'm going to start with you because you are a Lola Vice advocate, and this girl's being pushed to the moon. What do you see? What does NXT see about the Lola Vice? Talk to me.
So in the orbital Lola Vice now, and I'll get out of gimmick here. You know, I'll be
what gimmick? That's you. You always that way.
In all sincerity, like I think what they see right now. And that's not, there's no slight to what's going on with Fatal Attraction with JC Jane. I thought JC Jane was a breakout star of Fatal Attraction. I didn't mean to say Fatal Attraction twice. Fatal Influence.
Yeah.
But with Lola, I think they see the same thing that they see in Stephanie, just in the development brand, meaning like the crossover appeal with the AAA partnership, being able to bring in more of those fans from that country over to NXT to watch the show, and then all the matches she's doing to help elevate those superstars there. If they do strap the title on her on Saturday, I think it will really boost both brands. AAA, NXT, all the mixed match challenge matches she's doing in AAA. But I think you'll start to see kind of that reset because we did kind of go into like the Julia, Stephanie, and somewhat Zarya era when they all debuted at the same time. So we had to like have all the PC darlings kind of just be pushed to the back of the line. And now you'll start to see a lot of those women who were kind of next up, and I'm including like Jada, Lash Legend in this conversation as well, kind of get their shot to be the face of the CW network.
So you thought I was lying. This dude really is Lola Vice's advocate. And we're going to talk about that just a little bit more. But let's get into our real top story because Lola's never a top story. Lola's never going to be a top story. Hey, yo, Wrestlepalooza, man. First ever pay-per-view, PLE, of the ESPN era. Everyone on the internet, is not the entirety of the wrestling fandom, but the internet is saying the event was, as the kids say, mid. Councilman, talk to me. ESPN had some high expectations. WWE was on fire right now, but everyone said Wrestlepalooza missed the mark. I'm not sure if I agree nor disagree. What say you?
Miss the mark is a strong term. I don't want to say they missed the mark. I will say they didn't fully stick the landing as it needed to be. You had a few matches on there that it was just like, it really felt like an extended version of Monday Night Raw. So it was like, you have the opening match was John Cena and Brock, and it's just like, what was that? Like, what was that? What was that needed for? Why would you do anything like that? It's just like it didn't make sense, especially if it's like, okay, it felt like we wasted a John Cena date with the Brock thing. And then I've said this over and over again about the Braun Brawns versus the Usos. You've shown us all of this so much on Monday Night Raw that it's lost its luster. It's like, I see this every end of Monday Night Raw. And it didn't change on there. Like nothing stakes went up besides LA Knight being there as three. That was about it. But it was nothing to go like, okay, so is this chapter closed? Is this done? Like, what was this? It was like there was no real like follow up to it. Stephanie and Io, 5-star. Highlighted.
Okay.
If anything got it to a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10, it was them two. The mixed tag match wasn't bad. It checked off everything it needed for a match.
Kind of cheesy, but okay.
Yeah, but it did everything it was supposed to do. It was fun. It was a great welcome back for AJ. They had some terrific spots. It did everything it needed to do. It should have closed, or Io and Stephanie should have closed, because Drew and Cody, it felt like a match on SmackDown. And then the fact of hearing backstage that Cody actually wanted Drew to win, and they said, nah, you got to keep that.
I mean, come on, like, it's Cody Rhodes, baby. We got
I get that. You know, Street Fighter coming out next year, bro. Like I get it. We're worried about selling the TKO WWE brand out to more people right now. As we're going into Crown Jewel, the Saudi Arabia announcement, their focus isn't a character and a story-driven title reign right now like you have in a Drew McIntyre. That's not the focus. The focus is we got to bring the big bucks in.
Los B says everything now feels like an extended Raw because you have something every 2 weeks and nothing feels special. Said, look, I understand this as being an old school fan that after SummerSlam and before Survivor Series always tended to be a slow period, unforgiven. It would never really slap like the other pay-per-views. But maybe people are feeling a little bit of that high fatigue. I will say one thing, Said. I want you to chime in here. The intros are super long. Everything seems super slow before a show starts. But are people being a bit too harsh on this?
No, I don't think they're being too harsh. Because no, I don't think they're being too harsh, man. And the crazy thing is, I don't think I've ever seen a time where we gravitated to a critical review like we saw after Wrestlepalooza with Andreas Hell giving the grade of the PLE a C. And it's like, what's wrong with that? And it's like he got his welcome to the IWC moment. And it's like, you guys don't know he's been covering combat sports for the greater part of the past, 20 years. Like he's been here giving reviews. So it's like, I think, I know this is a down period. We go down a little bit and then we have Survivor Series. But now it's like you're throwing all the glitz and glam on us. You have Wrestlepalooza. We have Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. And now we got these damn rings that they're fighting for. It's like you're giving us the glitz and glam. Yeah, Perth, Crown Jewel in Perth. Sorry, and then it's like my Flobo's been to Perth, by the way.
I have.
My thing is they had the spectacle surrounding the event. That's the part they stuck. If you're a hardcore sports fan, you've been watching SportsCenter, ESPN since the glory days. They did like the whole college game day type setup before Wrestlepalooza, so it felt like big energy. But then you didn't have the surprises that were promised by our COO, the things that make you say, oh, I'm going to drop my jaw because they're really trying to bring us into this ESPN era. It's like the gentleman in chat said, it felt like a Monday Night Raw PLE. The stakes were big because of crowning a new women's world champion, which was dope. I'm glad Stephanie got her moment. It really makes you wonder, like, if Naomi had not gotten pregnant, where would they have gone with that?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's delaying the inevitable because Stephanie had the rocket. But Councilman, last one on this one, right? Like, there is maybe, I won't say backlash because it's named PLE, but like people kind of tired of the Triple H era and the Saudi era and the new era, the Netflix era, and now we got ourselves the ESPN era. It's kind of hard to keep things inflated, right? This is bound to happen. We're all bound to be tired of this iteration of WWE eventually, right?
No, and that's the thing. I think it's not fatigue. If anything, it's just we're so focused bringing in and casting this net of trying to bring so many people into this world. I think that's where we're losing the luster, because if we really just, like, for myself, it's like, where is the storylines anymore? It's kind of just like, hey, we'll have matches, we'll have recaps, but it's like there's a lot of stuff that made wrestling such a, like what they used to call a male soap opera for us that you're now lacking. Like, there's no more like real backstage segments. It's like it just really interviews and stuff. And I feel like, like as a wrestling thing, like I miss that. Like I miss seeing when Wrestlepalooza. Why wasn't Stephen A. Smith there? Why didn't he have a segment with New Day in the back? or something like that. Like we don't really get those anymore. And so even with storylines, it's like, yo, like these storylines get very basic because y'all don't know how to tell a riveting story in 2 weeks. And I think that be the issue with, hey, we just did Wrestlepalooza. Perth is in 2 weeks, and John Cena will not be at any of these shows to do a promo. It's straight to Perth. So it's just like, okay, so how do you get the story revved up? And it's like y'all kind of lacking that now and more going off of, hey, this name, this is going to happen. Make sure you tune in. And it's like,
isn't that what wrestling is doing in general? Are we like not moving away from the days of GTV and Meet? It is dream matches and people staring here them backstage.
Yeah, but that's the thing but again, so that's why it's like that works for AEW. That's AEW's bread and butter. I like that. But we need that polar opposite. I need the story. I need the dramatics. Right. I need somebody to be beefing. I need Seth Rollins to be beefing with CM Punk, and then does the backstage segment where it showed on the Titantron while CM Punk is in the ring and he's holding Larry and just stroking his head. Give me that. I want to see that drama.
I actually kind of disagree, but I want to hear you say real quick. Do we need more stories? Do we need more characters? Do we need more drama? Do we need more pay-per-views, more pyro? What's the WWE lacking?
We definitely don't need more pay-per-views. We definitely don't need more pyro, but we do need more character development. And we're seeing that in some characters, but I think I don't think fans are wrong for being hard on WWE product right now, is because you give us all these new partnerships and you're on all these different platforms. So it's like, of course, expectations are going to be higher. And because we're still being fed kind of the same thing, the same people. Why aren't we crowning a new generation of wrestlers? Like, where's our next generation of like the next big things? It feels like all of our top end talent. Yes, more big grandes, please. All of our top end talent are guys that are, and this isn't ageism. I'm saying all these guys are on the back half of 30, early 40s and later. So it's like, where is, think about how backlogged the PC pipeline is with all these athletes they're getting from the NCAA, and how long it's going to take for them to even get TV time, because you have these guys that are still at the top carrying the brand, selling the seats out, making money, but there's no depth. There's no depth. Like, we know we get. You can get CM Punk in Chicago. I'm going to pop. We're going to do that again in 3 more months. But it's just like, why tune into the show? Like, I would love to see the data versus the people that are actually there, because they're making money hand over fist in the arenas. I would love to see how their Nielsen ratings and stuff like that are, to see like how many people are actually tuning in live versus like watching it back or watching a condensed version of these weekly shows.
Yeah, especially what the NBA talking about now, actually no longer putting games on television, and they just like, yo, go watch the highlights. Y'all not watching this? Go watch it. Go watch the highlights. Because
kids don't watch sports anymore. Or also kids. I would say Gen Z and Gen Alpha don't watch a 3-hour game anymore. That's true.
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
but they'll watch. This is my only like boomer complaint, because my nephew does it. I don't understand watching somebody else play video games rather than me playing the game myself.
Whoa, that is way different, sir. Way different.
Is it?
Yeah, man.
Where's the experience for me?
Look, all right. So you don't watch Kobe play back in the day because it wasn't you?
No, like if I see a game now, I want to try my luck at it.
Yeah, and that's something you like. Yeah, I know I physically can't do what Kobe does, but it's like, yo, it don't take nothing for me to pick this controller up and figure out how to play Grand Theft Auto 6 rather than just, look at that. He's going to send
Twitch streamers are our new role models, man. Ain't no one trying to watch Ken Griffey for the 4th anymore. It's all about these kids, man. Come on.
I'll watch a walkthrough so I can know what I'm doing, but I'm not about to watch somebody else play.
Oh, yeah. Back in my day, we had 8 bits and we liked it.
It's like you got. It's not just that; it's also the experience. So it's like it's not just playing the game. It's also like, hey, engaging with this person, also engaging with the people that's in the chat, like like what we do when we're live here. So it's like it's a full thing rather than it's just like, hey, I'm like some of these smaller kids that are watching YouTube videos of people playing video games.
Absolutely.
That's what I mean. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Absolutely, yeah. Because the personality is like having a best friend that loves what you love, and that's what we all need because everyone's lonely these days. Los B says they don't think they need depth; they'll just snatch up AEW talent when their contract is up. So I don't want to weigh in too much on this because we're already like ahead of time. But I think the problem with WWE is not the spectacle; it isn't even the storylines. Because I actually like them when they're simpler, only because I remember the days when things got really convoluted, like trying to explain the McMahon-Helmsley regime from week to week. But the problem I have is all the younger talent, to your credit, Councilman, they don't have characters. They're just young and up and coming. And Roxanne has something, and Miles Bourne has his physical limitations. But really, if I had to describe Lexus King to someone who can't see, how is he different than someone like Keanu Crawford? Oh, he's young and he's muscular and he can go through people. And it's like, and that has to change. But I don't know.
That's true. I think I would just describe Lexus as his lineage before anything else. Like he's the son of Pillman, and he hasn't leaned into that character, but I think that's like a fallback option whenever you need to.
Pillman's heyday was 30 years ago. You can't do that.
But you can pull up the film.
Man,
from Malibu's Most had a son. This would be Lexus King.
Wow.
That's
wow. All right. I like
that's
that
fair.
one. I always said when Billy was heel, she was like a Karen that wrestled. So I'm with you. Let's talk about AEW All Out real quick because that happened the same day, counter programming. Although, do you really call it counter programming? Because AEW has basically picked the matinee. I'm a big Cope hater, but I do think the match was solid. Cedric, man, walk me through it, man. All Out, Toronto, was it worth the price of admission?
Yeah, I think they're doing the right thing. I mean, we see what Big Brother's trying to do with putting their dates on the similar dates. It's like you said, let's do the matinee show. And it was received very well. The program was received very well from what we got into. Maybe it's because you was first up. You was first at bat. And then we had to watch, 10 hours of wrestling that day? Whatever it was. But AEW did their thing. I thought they hit every nail on the head with the matches they had. I'm a Cope enthusiast, but I don't like calling him Cope. But I thought it was a good show overall.
That's his name, said. What do you mean? That's his name.
Copeland.
Okay. All right. Man, you win this round, said.
That's Edge.
that's
his mama name him Edge. I'm gonna call him Edge.
Man, his mom did not name him Edge. That's
really quick. Another off topic. I would describe Miles Bourne as Daredevil without hearing.
I would describe him as the luckiest man walking the face of the earth right now.
Definitely top 3. If he's not the luckiest, he's up there, man.
You about hey man, never mind. I can't say that because we all here. Well, maybe y'all go off the wall. Like, listen,
I'm just saying.
If there's any kids with disability that need a hero, Miles Bourne is where you need to go because listen, he done overcame and he got the girl. I'm just saying. I'm checking out. Hey, listen, and I couldn't write that better. They are wasting him on Lexus King right now. I'm like, listen, this your daytime Emmy right here. Okay,
dude, dressed like a naval reject this week, and you want to give him the rocket?
I'm just glad he grew his hair up. I'm just because he kind of getting away from that Orton type look, and it's like, okay, now you starting to get into us looking at Miles Bourne.
Okay, I mean, shout out to Miles Bourne. He's doing it all. AEW All Out, though, I thought it was pretty solid. Again, something still kind of afflicted. 5 hours of entertainment. I don't think that's kind of long, but compared to WWE giving me 4 matches, I'd rather have it this time. Here's the thing, and I want to ask you this, Councilman. People talked about AEW's down period being over, about them coming back, about them bouncing back. Do you see it? Will AEW, especially with the prices of WWE tickets being that high, be back in the conversation with the rank and file wrestling fans?
Oh, yeah. I've talked about it before. They just need to be strategic with what they're doing because it is going to hit a ceiling for WWE. Like, I'm seeing now the recent prices for WrestleMania, and it's like, hey, you need an alternative. Like, I'm not paying $800 for nosebleed seats. But if you're telling me All Out is here and you're delivering a show like y'all did this past weekend, it's like, hey, I'll go watch this. And and the cool thing about watching All Out, and this is my first time really watching the full PLE, I did not need to know what was going on to enjoy all of these matches.
Wait, hold on. That means you wanted less story? You're just wanting more story.
But again, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm used to from them. Like they were able to deliver that to where it's like, okay, you know what? I'm now wrapping my head around how y'all doing it, and I was still entertained. For WWE's sake, though, because y'all keep tipping that line, it's like, yo, give me character development. Because I'll just even say one name. Because you're not focusing on that, Bo Dallas and the YS6 suffer, and why they're in the tag division right now. Because there's no story development being written.
Also, spooky gimmicks are old and played out, but that's another issue for the time.
It's not though. There is
Halloween's next month though. It's like
Halloween's, but look at Brody
timing.
King. He's hanging with a guy called Bandito because us Brodito because no one's really into that whole like anymore.
Oh, yeah, because the whole crew.
I like House of Black. I don't know what I guess their ceiling was trios champions, but I mean
House of Black sounds like a fashion label. That was a problem. But what I'm saying is those kind of gimmicks are kind of dead for now. No pun intended. They're kind of dead for now.
It doesn't need to be oversaturated. I think if you do it right, like kind of how you did like with Toni Storm, like no one saw that character taking off like that. And now she has owned it. Like you don't even think of like Zero Storm anymore. Like you think of the Timeless one right now. But I enjoy it.
Yeah, and AEW rewarded her by just sweeping her under the rug with Chris Statlander. But Lusby
says,
that's why they're getting back to their heyday right there. I'm starting to see an appreciation for those AEW originals, like back to our AfterBuzz days, where they built this on being in Jacksonville during COVID. Daly's Place, you had your AEW originals, if you would, your pillars, and that I see them going back to that with putting Chris Statlander at the top of the women's division, reunited in Jurassic Express, which I didn't see that coming, but doing more of that will bring back that hardcore fan that was like really thirsting for the alternative 5-6 years ago.
Also, thank you to Mercedes Moné. Always, we gotta make sure we thank the greatest.
I ain't thinking nobody.
I mean, well, if it wasn't for her, Chris Statlander wouldn't be champ. Like she put her on the map.
Happy CEO Wednesday to all who acknowledge.
Yeah, nobody was checking for Chris like that until she faced Mercedes Moné. Y'all thinking I'm bullshit.
Same thing with Stephanie.
Go look at her timeline. Her stock went up after she wrestled Mercedes. She was way more on TV after she wrestled Mercedes Moné.
She's like the female wrestling version of like Good Luck Chuck.
So also, a 20-year-old reference. What are you doing, Grandpa said?
When
Dane Cook was funny.
Is that movie that old?
Yes.
See, you like me. You keep skipping 2010s. You keep skipping.
That movie's not that old.
Yeah,
2006, 2006,
no, that's 2006.
Really?
Yes, bro. We were in college when that came out.
Yeah,
Dane
Cook was funny back then. That's all.
I feel like that was. My God, why am I thinking that was like 2015?
Notice I just said Blockbuster.
Right. No,
those DVDs
were 2015. That was like 10 years before that.
Wow. I just aged myself.
You missed
I don't look my age,
pandemic.
by the way, but I didn't. I seriously thought that was like in the 2010s. And
man's flexing. I'm pretty young for my age. He says, "All right, you know what? I don't celebrate Monet Day or what have you. But Chris Statlander is one of the highlights of All Out. Another one I thought was pretty cool was Darby Allin still being the greatest rival John Moxley's ever had. Is that that feud ever end? Like, what is going on over there?
I don't know what they're waiting on, but it's like I've never been a Darby guy, and I know he just he put Moxley on fire. He showed up with a flamethrower at the end of Dynamite tonight. To me, I just don't get it. Is he going to be the face of the brand at some point? And if so, when are we doing that? The man went to Mount Everest and hiked the tallest mountain in the world, survived and came back. I feel like the moment should have happened already.
You have to recover after climbing the mountain. You just can't come back and do a 60-minute match Broadway. Like, you gotta.
He defies death, apparently. So why not?
Councilman, can you imagine being someone like Darby Allin and bust your ass all day and have someone like said, be like, I don't really see it. What?
I mean, I would agree with the mayor. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's just like, yo, okay, it's if Mick Foley and Sami Zayn had a baby, it's Darby. So it's like,
Sami Zayn is generous. I would have gave you Spike Dudley.
There you go. There you go. I didn't want to disrespect Spike like that because I see more in Darby, but it's just like it has to be the right call, the right time, and like Mayor said, I think we've slightly missed that. And you got to kind of get that win back again. It's just like, because the only time what I see is just like spots. Okay. Like I was thoroughly upset when he faced Samoa Joe and did this damn coughing off the top rope. Right. And that was it. I'm like, now this 86-pound dude with a wet shirt on and rocks in his pocket.
Right.
Samoa Joe, and that was the 3.
But you said you wanted to see AW go back to the old pillars and old stars. And
Mayor said that. I didn't say that.
I mean,
and Darby's one of those guys, and that's what I'm saying. I just don't. I get he's wildly popular. I don't know if he's the guy to build the brand around. I've yet to see it. But if they believe in him that much, I just don't know why they haven't done it already.
All right, so let me ask you this. I said you can't pick Kyle Fletcher because I think he sucks. Who would you build the brand around? Who would you build the brand around?
I'm sorry, what?
Who would you build the brand? Who would you build the brand around?
That is news. You don't like Kyle Fletcher?
I said Kyle Fletcher. I said you can't pick Kyle Fletcher.
Why?
Because he sucks. Well, who would you build?
Did you not say that?
Okay, actually, sucks is kind of a. Let me. I said the word sucks. I'm gonna back up what I said, but I also want to elaborate because it's a very general term. Mm-hmm. I think here is somebody who knows he's a heel, but I don't quite see it by just saying some catchphrases and shaving his head. I'm supposed to buy into the fact that he is a well-dressed ne'er-do-well. I don't want to boo him. I'm not even want to change the channel. I don't want to get up to change the channel. When he's on screen, I go, all right, I guess we're getting an 8-minute segment of him and or Don Callis. That's fine. And they're pushing him to the moon. I get it as well. So, Seth, I ask you, if you had to build something around him.
Is Kyle's fault versus the Don Callis family?
But they're one and the same.
How much of that is just being with Don Callis versus
It's one
and
the same. Like he's with Don Callis to make you boo him, but I don't care about him.
But you didn't like Kyle from New Japan?
I wasn't really. I don't say impressed. I wasn't moved by his character. I'm a character guy. I wasn't moved by his character then. And for a while, he was kind of like a Will Ospreay palette swap. Let's call it 100. So I get the idea of being different. I'm not knocking that part. But what I'm seeing is just very, we call it pastiche. Every classic heel trope. Dresses well, says he's better than I am, kind of MJF-like, changes look. I'm like, I need something different.
Okay. So I know you asked me who ought to build the brand around. And
that's true. Who was 2 watches, by the way? I mean, come on.
Kyle Fletcher.
I think the problem AEW has is a lot of those guys you want to build around have had unfortunate injuries. Like you think about like Adam Cole, Jay White, Swerve, Ospreay as time will come. But I'm going to give you a name that I'm really big on now that probably is going to surprise you, that I see it in Takeshita. I would do something with Takeshita. Yes. He is a phenomenal worker. He's doing great work in New Japan. I think he can carry both programs, both federations, by being the face of both. Like that style, like a lot of people don't like or give crap to the AEW style because it's fast-paced, no selling. Takeshita has kind of found that lane where it looks right to do. With everybody he's worked with, he's had big matches everywhere. I feel like he hasn't had like the real big one. And if I was Tanahashi, I would make him the face of New Japan, like off rip. But Tony, he has to do something with Takeshita soon. And if they're building towards Takeshita and losing name now, the international champion. Yeah, Okada. They're doing that. He should go over Okada. Because there's just more runway there.
Yeah.
Fair enough. No.
But I think they biggest problem they're running into with all of that is for a Darby and a Kyle Fletcher, and even for a Takeshita, all of this would work if you did not have the big names that you have right now. Like all of these cats that we're naming are NXT level. Like if Darby was in NXT right now, Darby would probably be champion in the next 6 months.
Darby would be in Chase U.
Stop playing.
All right, we can go to the next topic.
Okay. So anyway, AEW All Out, check it out. I actually saw that on delay because frankly, I can't afford pay-per-view money. And last thing about AEW this week, it was announced on Dynamite this week. Of course, 6-year anniversary is next week, but we have the Women's Tag Team Championships for a promotion that gets dogged by having too many titles. AEW adds one more new division. Councilman, You excited, bro? Okay, I'll wait. I guess he's calling his agent here. I just asked a question about the women's tag team titles. He's looking for something. What could that be? Yeah. Come on. Okay, a nah sign for real. Any particular reason why? Tag team women's wrestling, we love those. We love. You said AEW has the best tag team division on the planet. We love the women's.
Can you just build your women's division? How about that?
You just said Chris Statlander.
Well, that was a good one, but
you just praise Monet. That's another division. You're good.
That's two more. That's two people. You still got a whole roster of people.
I'm trying, man.
I just bro, it's 1,000 belts there. Like I literally tell people, I literally go around telling random people I'm the AEW featherweight champion, and they be like, "Yo, word, where can I come see?" Hey, man, I'm gonna be on All Out, but before the Zero Dark show, they don't
zero Dark.
And people be believing me.
Okay.
Because there's 1,000 belts on there. Like, I get what you're trying to do. I get what you're trying to put out there, especially when you have so many 6 women tag matches, women's tag matches, and stuff like that. But it's yo, can you strengthen the 2 divisions that you have right now before we start trying to pair people up? Because again, too, how many women tags are there?
Off the top of my head, 2.
Who are we counting? Julia Hart, Sky Blue? Is Megan Payne still with Penelope?
Yeah,
and
then maybe
Anna
Statlander with Harley, or Harley and Anna.
Anna's what's her face? What's that boy's name? They just got married.
Tay Mello. Yeah, Anna and Tay.
They a tag team. But it's just all of them could benefit being in the Women's World Championship division, the TBS Championship division. Y'all would love to see Anna Jay versus Mercedes Moné. It's let's give us those things. I love the Fatal 4-Way that they had it All Out. It's just it's another belt with 1,000 belts.
Yeah, I'm that way with the E as well. I don't know why Speed is on NXT. I think we have enough champions to be crowned and not enough divisions. If I was, you know what I mean?
Well, know the Elon thing. That's why. That's
yeah. All right.
Yeah, they bumped their way with Twitter. If
you could totally retire the championship.
You could have done that. You could have done that.
Sad man, women's tag team action. We love women. We love tags. We love AEW style. If she fit, right?
Yeah, I hope it works out. I think it might be. I don't know why you did it now. I feel like it could have been done last year, if not months ago, early 2025. I'm happy about this because I think there are a lot of women that could use the spotlight. I was at Dynamite 300, Collision 100. One thing that I despise, even when WWE does it, but AEW is criminal for this, is these 10-person tag matches. And it's let's just throw all the women in a tag match. Who's beefing with who? Now we have some credibility with some of these rivalries. There's really good rivalries like Queen Aminata and Tekla. You can parlay that into some type of tag team match there. I will be more excited if we have these belts travel, and not the WWE travel, genuinely travel to New Japan, CMLL, Ring of Honor, and then you start to see even more women vie for those titles. That's how you make it relevant, but that's also how you give your women a platform. Because how long I think it's just now they just have this cool aura, but how long have the Ops been trios champion, and who is their opposition to even vie for those titles? I think you really got to build, like Councilman said, build the women's division, use the belts as the gateway to do so by highlighting them more in meaningful matches. And it's hey, let's just throw everybody in there. Yeah. And there's your time.
Yeah, I'm with you. I remember the old days of Dark where they had the medals, the women's tag team champion medals at Diamante and Ivelisse won. Okay, maybe I'm dating myself, But shifting gears a bit, let's talk about NXT, man. This whole NXT and A invasion thing hit a nail on the head as Trick Williams and Obafemi had a tag team match, a title match that was title for title, but it got broken up, obviously, because TNA can't stand that. Last week on the show, referee Jimmy Corderas talked about how he thought Mike Santana was the man. He's a guy going for Bound for Glory. The next chapter of TNA looks to be ready apparent for the dude. Said, let me ask you first, the idea of how NXT ended this weekend, the TNA NXT relationship, and is Mike Santana the future guy?
Mike Santana's the future guy. He's come a long way since the JAS, Jericho Appreciation Society.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he embodies what TNA is. The fans are behind him. Does great work in ring, and I like the standoffs with Trick, because Trick is kind of like the hot thing of like the past year. He had his like glory days, and now you see Mike Santana kind of trailing behind that way. I think a lot of people that were critical of this partnership, we now hit the fork in the road. Now we see what the partnership is all about, because now you're going to see these TNA stars take over NXT programming, maybe not necessarily winning NXT titles, but just hijacking the show. And then you're going to see all these other people that we know and love from WWE's past that are now in TNA get their shine. I think this is what they've been trending and building for, and this is the moment that they strike and say, like, no, TNA is the legitimate second brand in North America, not AEW.
Oh, snap. Not even ROH? Crazy.
I think that's what they're angling for with this whole invasion angle. Think of the NXT invasion into the main roster years ago. They really can do something with this if it continues on for these next several weeks.
Councilman, what's going on with TNA, man? Is invading the parking lot? Should be against the law.
Listen, I'm this all I'm praying for. This all I'm praying for. We got about 6 more dates. I just need Matt Cardona to stir some shit up at NXT and have John Cena come out.
What? John Cena NXT.
Listen. I did it with The Rock, okay? I called it. I said, listen, if we don't get The Rock in 2025 on NXT, we have dropped the ball. It was day one. And what happened in a week? I'll be on NXT. And me and the mayor were there, and it was electrifying. So I'm just, again, if y'all want to make this work, have John Cena come out. And I'm taking, if that music hits, it's over. It's a wrap. But these are the things that you could potentially see with how this stuff is starting to work now. And it finally gets a chance for us to see a lot of people from TNA that have not made the crossover to NXT. Like seeing I know, they call it the inspiration, but the Iconics is what I'm still calling them. To see them back on WWE programming, that's major. And I just hope that they're about to play this right, because I'm just like, so are we getting NXT War Games back?
War Games.
He said the thing too a week ago.
NXT versus TNA War Games, men and women?
I like it. But those are the dates listed for John Cena's farewell tour as of right now. And
we now know we got the Styles match in Perth. So I think we will see some pivots here since people are listening.
Because we still got 2 Raws he's supposed to be on. And I'm throwing this out, like I said before. I hope his last match is with Edge.
No. Why?
Why not? Edge is his greatest rival.
Edge is washed, bro. You can't tell me you didn't see AEW. I want more of that.
Whoa.
Come on, man.
He just had the greatest, what was it called? The greatest match ever with Randy Orton. How many years ago?
5 years ago.
hey, man, why we doing that?
Because you know what it is? You people, that's right, you fans want that entrance. They want the pop and not thinking about the actual matchup, which is going to be both cheeks. It's going to be awful.
Is it though?
Yes. Because like the majority of his career, Christian Cage carried that dude on Toronto on Sunday. I saw it.
We're not disagreeing with that. But again, it happened.
He's not coming.
And it happened for over 20 years.
So
and you know what?
Danny just gave me a criminal idea that I'm going to run with for the rest of this month and the rest of this year. I need Juan Cena in an Americano mask before the year is up.
That is the deepest cut. I don't think people remember Juan Cena like that.
If he could give us that, he's because he was pulling out all the hits. Might as well. But I just to answer your original question, this is what TNA needed. I know it's been a lot of talk of, the partnership is unbalanced, and it's like, no, it's really not. It's really not. If you start to look at it, like, again, every single week we are mentioning TNA. We're talking about TNA.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't talked about TNA in 10 years. I mean, when they turned to Impact, it impactfully made me turn my TV. Okay?
Well done.
Thank you. I have not checked them out, but because of now, I look at these people. Same thing as like what Mayor said, like, and I've been buying for this guy, like, Mike Santana is that guy. And he showed that this Tuesday. It's like, oh, yeah, that's they champ. That is the person that's going to lead them into the future. And I'm just glad to be able to see it. I'm glad to be seeing a lot of these people like Xia Li being able to get her redemption for being here. Cedric Alexander was being showcased. Alicia Fox, I know they all got different names. I'm calling them what their mama called them, even though their mama didn't call them that. That's what I'm going to call them because that's how I met them. I just want to see where it goes from here. Do we get an invasion PLE? Do we get a war games? Just make the dope stuff happen.
Facts. I'm with you on Xia Li. She got a raw deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm with it. I like the idea. I like the dust up of it. I'm not sure if it converts to ratings. I don't know if people even care about ratings, but that coupled with the fact that TNA has an affordable price point. Like I went to Rebellion. I was in the third row. I paid $150 for my ticket, and I got basically up close and personal, and it was great. So I want more of that, because once you have characters on TV, then you can bring casual fans and non-fans to see it. Like I love AEW. I love independent wrestling, but when someone goes, I'll go to a wrestling match with you, you really can't go, to a place that they don't recognize. And so I like the fact that crossover there. Also in NXT land, we saw Ricky Saints with that promo, man. He's from New Orleans. He's going to New Orleans you the hell up, and he's going to be the next champion. I kind of feel he's getting lost in the shuffle. Councilman, talk to me. Ricky Saints, Ricky Starks, you told me he was a future about a year ago on WWT, but right now I think this is a must-win for him against Opafemi.
Yes, I was waiting for it. Yes. Yes.
Nah, he's not going to win, or now you don't want him to win?
But he's not.
Oh, all right. I'm just clarifying.
Understand this clearly.
All right.
We are in the era of Oba. Okay? Yes. And now that we've seen it all, there's only one way out for Oba. Oba goes out in the ring and say, I've beaten everybody. I'm done. I'm moving on.
That is not work.
Lays that strap down and walks off. Because think about it. There's only one other person that's happened to. Asuka.
No, that was different, though.
Asuka been defeated.
Asuka was told to do it, though. She was like, I am so bored. Ugh. It was.
Again, Oba's the ruler. Like, if you think about it, there's no one left to challenge him. After he beats Ricky Saints, there's no one on the roster to challenge him. So if you have it to where, hey, I step aside, let the new chapter of NXT begin. Because it's not going to be him a trick. Them two are ready to come up. It has to reset the timeline just like you did with the women's division. Because he has dominated, he has reigned. Like, it's just like how he said, when I look at you, bro, I'm not scared. And I say the same thing. I'm like, yo, Ricky, you got everything. But you're looking at Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat.
Wow.
And you are Johnny Cage.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
You are not the one that beats Shao.
Oh, no.
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying.
Not even Scorpion, bro.
No, but he is. But you ain't never been like, yo, Johnny Cage gonna take out Shao Kahn like easy. No,
probably not. No.
But is he one of the best characters that we are fan favorites of? Yes, and that's what Ricky Saints gives us. But again, it's just we're in an era where, bro, it is just not your time just yet.
Wow. And you agreed, said? You agree?
I don't think they've done enough to build up Ricky Saints with NXT audience to crown him champion. That would be such a hard reset. And after seeing Oba drop to the Don twice, I don't think he can do that to his character again. I think the best way to dethrone Oba is have a OG NXT champion come and dethrone him. I don't know who that is on the main roster yet, but you need to have somebody like that, and then you have like a little transition period. I think like when Finn Balor came back down, I think when they had Samoa Joe and rehired him to the NXT brand, he came and got Cross out of here. I think you need something like that to reset the brand because it's not as clean of a transition in the women's division. And Ricky could be the champ after that period, but like just off top, I can't see it. I can't see how it happens.
I don't necessarily disagree, but the rationale is kind of funny because did we not see JC Jane pin back hair clean to become women's champ?
If honestly, I don't think about it like that.
I saw outside interference, and she was assisted.
Your girl's told like she was shot dead. She was like,
that's what I'm saying. I think of it like, oh yeah, it was time for Stephanie to leave, and they just did something.
Sometimes you need a shock transition, man. NXT's men division has been so like awkward the past time. You just need someone who doesn't deserve it to rebuild the division around them. Someone who's way more beatable.
Or let Joe Hendry do it.
Joe Hendry.
Let Joe Hendry topple the ruler.
I like Hendry do it. I can believe the momentum behind that. Like
exactly
the fans getting behind him, stuff like that, just because he has had way more face time.
Yeah. And then the back and forth between them would be great. We know that would be set up for it. And we can see him overcoming him with us behind him. Like he said, like that is something Ricky could do, but they haven't built Ricky up enough with that. I think they wasted a lot of time with the way they treated him with that North American title run. Like that really dropped his stock into like, yo, y'all didn't let us get to know him.
Is it salvageable or is it too late?
Oh, no, it's salvageable. It's just, again, it's the same thing with like a lot of these cats. Like there's some people who are shining lights right now, like how the women division was when you had all these indie darlings coming in, and it's like, yo, we just got to get through this phase. Once that's done, then we can start looking at who is our next top prospects. Because again, think about it, with Oba gone and the men's divisions that's there, this is that chance we get to see who's the next one in this generation of NXT to bring in. There is no Trick Williams. There's no Oba Femi. So is it a Ricky Saints? Do we get back to having Ethan Page? Can Javon Evans finally carry the brand? You can now focus on those and actually build stars.
Mm-hmm. I just kind of find it hard in NXT, man, because as soon as someone has any kind of momentum, they're like, call this dude up. And it's like, I feel like I understand NXT is supposed to feed Raw and SmackDown, but I also end up being way too easy as like he's hot, call him up. Whereas on the main roster, you have guys like Jey Uso or like LA Knight who get hot, people get bored of them and they cool off. And you have to live with that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just like kind of burnt because Cameron Grimes was a guy they thought that was going to be the next big thing, and they brought him up and he was right to catering. Carmelo's doing that now, kind of, sort of. So I don't know.
So the issue with that though is your program. And the problem is that I've always said with NXT is you don't allow them to go up there enough to get their feet wet. See, and they did that right with Roxanne. Like they had Roxanne go up several times to the main roster to dabble her feet, to be able to be in matches for people to get accustomed to who she was that didn't know her. And they don't do that with a lot of people. Like Cameron Grimes was an NXT favorite, but that doesn't mean he's a WWE favorite. We saw that with Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano is Mr. NXT. The main WWE universe didn't see that last man standing match with him and Ciampa. They didn't watch that. They were too busy watching Seth Rollins. So when his music hits, it's like, okay, 20% of the crowd know who that is, but the rest are just like,
his music's trash is why. But Gargano has the worst string of music ever.
Well, I don't know why he got rid of Rebel Heart.
All of them, they're all suck. They're all terrible.
Nah, Rebel Heart go hard.
You don't like Rebel Heart?
We are. Look.
Oh, the DIY music sucks.
The Rebel Heart is a cool idea, but I can't. I'm in the gym and that comes on. I'm like, I'm sorry, y'all. With headphones, I feel embarrassed with headphones on hearing that.
Nah, see, that's the non-anime in you. That's what that is.
What?
You start watching anime, you gonna see why that song go hard. You gonna be like,
I guess so. I'm on a Naruto run across the Planet Fitness. Johnny Gargano, whatever, man. But no, I'm with you though. I do agree with you. So let me ask you the same thing, man. Men's division NXT is kind of weird. There's a pressure to be called up if you're good. I think that's kind of thinned out the roster for the men's side. How do you get yourself a footing? How do you get yourself to get the crowd behind you and have a groundswell without kind of like rushing it when you go to the main roster?
Oh, I don't know. There's so many people over the years I've seen rush to the main roster. Like I think Ricochet was rushed to the main roster, but you got to let people like really have. It's going to sound crazy, but like some people need that long tenure in NXT. We laugh at some of the women and be like, "Oh yeah, they've been there 5, 6, 7 years." I think like Aaliyah, and it's like, no, but you're actually learning the business. You're learning the travel schedule, how to be a pro, and when it's time, it's time. Like. I think people like Ricky's a made product. But when Oba said you're just waiting so you can carry Cody Rhodes' bag, that's like, to me, that's dead on arrival. It's like, damn. I think he'd probably be better suited to go to the main roster, be Cody's buddy for a little bit and turn on him now. I can't see it. But like with the men's division, you have to curate more. You got to create more legitimate threats. I think about Legado del Fantasma, just like jumping people in the parking lot, kidnapping them. We got to do more stuff like that. Dark State has become a comedy act. They're not threatening. They're not menacing. We don't care. Or at least I don't. So like we have to start building more people out and give them meaningful angles. The most meaningful man in the men's division outside of Oba is Ethan Page. Yep. And look what he's doing. He's taking on all challengers, but he's also curating character work that has staying power. And that's what these guys need. Like character work that has staying power. Like what? When we talk about the guy who can dethrone Oba, if he wasn't doing the like different hair changes and highlights and stuff like that, I can totally buy like the David versus Goliath with Wesley again, and actually crowning Wesley as the face of NXT. If we didn't have this complete nosedive since the Rascals broke up, and I blame Shawn Michaels for that because it was such a badly timed thing. Y'all not feeling me on the Wesley?
You said Wesley.
You don't remember when Wesley was like the guy? We were waiting for him to become the next champion. They killed that momentum.
I do not recall.
Oh, wow.
I do not recall. We got to wind this down here, but real quick, talking about roster changes, there are some rumors swirling that Jasmine Nix is pretty much out of WWE. She got beat up backstage in the most awkward way of being like, leave her. Only the strong survive. Just like
James. We gotta write people off way better than that.
Straight CW, Larry.
She could have easily said, you know what, I'm tired of this between the two of y'all. I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah. Like that's what Vinci did the first time. But if that's the case, I do think Jasmine Nix deserved better as far as how she got written off. But that was kind of messed up. Who did it? I guess they don't care. I guess they're not gonna go find out who it is.
Never know. And she was like so improved in ring. I mean, I know she came out on social and said it was like her personal decision. Basically, the financials didn't work for her, but like. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm on the record. She has the greatest sit-up, whatever you want to call it, in WWE history.
Yeah.
I don't even know how. My mind doesn't compute how the body can like just stand up from a back position like that. I don't know how she does it, but she was so improved in the ring. I saw the potential. In some cases, I feel like fatal influence is holding her back. But I think I read something earlier where it's like you get so many people in the PC who are offered the opportunities to learn the business and learn how to wrestle, but they don't love it. So kudos to her for wanting to follow something that she actually loves to do, whether that's soccer, whether that's acting, modeling, whatever. If your heart's not into it and you found out early, but you still gave it your best effort, I can't be mad at that.
Yeah. And then too, I think people got to understand like it is like sometimes it is money issues. Like most people don't really know how much they get paid, and NXT stars don't get paid as much as you would think they do to be on television each week. So it's like, like a lot of these people, like, never going to throw their location out, but it's like the complex you can stay in, Karrion Kross and Scarlett are in the next building by you. And it's like, what's that?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, y'all stay here? Now, not to say like you in the hood or anything, but it's like, y'all here? I thought y'all had like a house and all of this stuff. And it's like, no, like they making 75 to like 100 grand. And stuff, but when you start taking that and then the toll it takes to be going to work out, to be able to keep your body up, to go do promo, to go do press and stuff like that, sometimes it don't start. And a lot of people don't know that sometimes they have to pay for their own flights.
True.
And their own and to get there themselves. So they got to drive. That's gas. That's stuff on their car. That's maintenance that they got to keep up with. So like when you're now starting to have NXT travel outside of Orlando, going to these other places, and it's like, yo, I still got bills. I got a pet I got to take care of and everything. You may not be in a relationship. It's like those things start to kind of weigh on you. And then to her biggest point was a lot of the opportunities she has to pass up because of being signed. Like we remember hearing Damian Priest like having to pass up playing Namor in Black Panther 2 because of WWE. Same reason. Yeah, my Mercedes Moné gave a fuss about them trying to hold her back to go be in the Mandalorian. It's like, yo, it's like you do lose out on opportunities for that. And I think WWE does need to find a better way to be able to work within that to allow their stars to go out without them. And I know it's going to sound silly, but to where it's not just about, oh, how we get a piece of it. How do we get to be in it? It's like, yo, you get to be in it by your WWE superstar is in this. Just approve it and make sure they're not doing nothing outside of contract. Let them go do this.
Right. In Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
That's how we lost a New Day pod.
True. New Day Rocks was dope. It really was. Yeah, man, I just felt sorry how she was written off, but it's all good. And speaking of getting a piece of it, we're writing this down, man. Crown Jewels, the next PLE, coming at you live from Perth, West Australia. Not my favorite town on the planet, but it's all right. Crown Jewel to me will always be a Saudi show, but this time it's going to Australia, and we're getting the championships. The Crown Jewel championships are coming back in the form of rings. Said, let me ask you this. I know Crown Jewel seems almost non-canon at this point, but are you hype at the idea of this Perth pay-per-view, PLE, and the prospect of Cena versus AJ Styles for one last time?
Hype for the entire PLE? No, I don't think we'll get much change. I do like that there's a layer of mystery in what they're going to do with the male champions with Cody and Seth. Pretty much Cody sticking it to him saying like, hey, you're 0-3 against me. Like, and you're not about to get one. So if the vision helps or anything like that, I think for me, I'm clamoring to finally see Cody get a clean L. That's all I want. Like,
why?
Hang an L on him because it's too shiny. It's too pure. Like,
did he drop to Cena? Like, well, I guess it wasn't clean, but I get you.
I want Seth to actually get his lick back because those 3 L's were nasty. Like, you can whoop my ass with a torn pec in the Hell in a Cell. What does that say about you?
Right.
Like, I haven't forgotten. So, like, Cody's too shiny where it's like, okay, let Seth have the little pinky ring for a while. Like, let him have that accolade. We get Cena versus Styles. That'll be amazing. I think the fans will eat it up. I think John will get the same type of ovation he got in Paris. And I think that's deserved. Of course, I'm pretty sure they'll stack up the card with the Aussies. I expect the New Day to be in action with Grayson Waller. Rhea to be in action. I hate it. We're probably going to get this whole Rio crap against the Kabukis. And then the Bron to be in action because Bronson's an Aussie.
Yeah, he couldn't go last time either. Councilman, man, I don't know. It's a Crown Jewel PLE, but it's not in a country with a kingdom. I feel something's missing. What's going on?
It's them just trying to fill that Australian audience. And they couldn't use Elimination Chamber this time, so we need to get something in there before AEW starts getting in there. Not to say that that's why they're doing it, but they know it's a big ticket crowd. Like they know people are going to fill in. They're going to buy them seats no matter what. So money wise, it makes all the sense in the world. Again, like you said, I think because we associate Crown Jewel with Saudi Arabia so much, it also gives to them because their contract is about to be up with them next year. No, not next year, the following year in 2027, getting us accustomed to Crown Jewel being somewhere else. And being able to be a staple for international shows, like that be an international PLE, which now gives them more time to not have to have some of their staple shows go everywhere. It's like, hey, we'll do Crown Jewel in India next year, or we'll go to Japan and do Crown Jewel and see what that does. Being able to test the market out there to see if do we bring one of our staple PLEs over here to this place? Do we have a No Mercy there? Do we have a SummerSlam in Perth?
Right.
I think that's what these Crown Jewels is what they're going to start moving into. But the card is going to be just kind of like Wrestlepalooza. Not saying it's mid, but it's like, yo, it's all side mission. You know what I'm saying? This is nothing where it's like, hey, stories are about to advance in here. No, we just to what Mayor said, we're gonna get all of those. Stephanie McCurry will face whoever's the women's champion after this Friday, who will most likely be my client. And we get Tiffany Stratton versus Stephanie McCurry. And we see what happens.
We need more Bailey, but that's just me. She's hugging people again. That's a good thing. Good thing. Fellas, what's up?
Get Bailey in War Games, man.
I mean, yeah, we should. I mean, I'm going to be at War Games. It's the last PLE I can afford. Is this year? The last one for me. I'm not sure where I want to go again. I dropped down 3 bones for it. It better be good
for Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, Mayor. We're not getting in.
Yeah.
Wait,
300.
Tell Grandpa what 3 bones mean.
Yeah. 300 good. Oh, getting price is like 190 now, but still 190 for a wrestling show at a baseball diamond that's not even made for wrestling. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can swing it because I definitely want to go.
Right, like, you got money.
Listen. I might try to swing Fort Lauderdale for Saturday by the grace of God. Like I might cash out because if you know what happens on Saturday, I got to be there.
I'm praying all to you that you're sitting in the front when that match happens, man. That's
how important that is to me. But I mean, for Survivor Series to be seeing one of John's last 2 or 3 dates. Oh yeah, I got to do that.
Yeah, I think it's third to last, second to last.
Yeah, second to last.
You pretty much got to buy it before they announce the match too, because then it's gonna whoever he's facing,
it's gonna jump
whatever he's doing.
I'm gonna get a second job for
probably War Games. They're probably gonna War Games it with him.
Yeah, I mean, and watching cage matches live is not fun. I'm just okay. All right, I'm done. I'm done complaining.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. It's not. Cage matches live are not as great as people.
My dumbass flew to Australia to be behind a cage. Like, is that?
We're like, who was that in there?
You guys see the big spot. You guys see the EO trash can spot. That's all we're waiting on.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. Yeah. This is Draped to Gold, man, episode 200. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for coming on, man. I know it was definitely a celebration. I thank you for being a part of the story. But now is the fun part. If I want to follow you, I want to connect with you, I want to book you for something, Councilman, how do I go about doing that?
You can find me everywhere at Will Pharaoh, Pharaoh. That's on all socials, with the exception of Facebook. It's just WPHARAOH. Just make sure you follow me on there, YouTube, Twitch. I am always streaming weekly, whether it's on WWT, Kayfabe Podcast on Thursdays, or Straight Out of a Comic Book coming back very soon. But just make sure you do that. Follow and support. Help this grow. Crownandcloak.shop as well. That's my merch site. I got over 700 pieces of product in there. Go check it out. Holiday run is coming. Get them something dope. There's a whole bunch of dope designs in there. Get somebody something dope for the holidays. And that just helps with being able to fund all the content that's coming out. So I can pay people like the mayor for his time when he come be on Kayfabe.
Mm-hmm. And and
Flobo. I don't know why I said it.
No, you just said only paying said. That's what I heard. You was like, you work for free, but Sed's getting paid.
We're like, Flobo know what it is.
It's fine. Sed, you got a holiday shop? What's up?
I don't have a holiday shop, and usually it's the part of the show where I tell you guys I don't want to be found. But since I'm in a more lavish facility, I'm gonna give you guys my socials. You can find me on these Twitter streets at says. That's with 2 D's. On the Gram and TikTok as Said is the answer, and I'll get back to the TikToks. I'm always on the Women's Wrestling Talk platform as well, Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. Some PLEs, TK cannot afford me for watch-alongs, but you do get Raw post shows every Monday night and CEO Wednesdays. And lastly, before I go, I will say, make sure you tune in to No Mercy this weekend. And all I got to say is 4 letters, 1 word, Vice.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like feet. Okay. All right. Yeah.
I almost did 5 letters on here, Mayor. I almost did it.
I didn't know. It's not a family show. We're back next week, same time. Jack Farmer will finally be back and doing his job for a change for episode 201. Learn more at drapedtogold.com and follow us at Flobo Boyce on that TikTok. But until next time, I am out.